Hey guys, Mary here from SVGCuts with some brand new style box cards. I'm calling them slim style box cards because they're a little bit slimmer and there's only one insert inside as opposed to some of our more complex box cards. So these are pretty easy peasy and it's a lot of fun to kind of whip them up pretty quickly. So I think you're going to have a lot of fun making them, a lot of fun giving them because they're really fun to receive since they fold flat to go inside their envelope, and then when you take it out it's so nice and dimensional. I think you're going to have a lot of fun making the Asters Harvest card, which is the flowered card, because it certainly lends itself to fall, but it could also be, any time of year. It looks like daisies also, so summertime, sunflowers. It could be, thank you, congratulations, happy birthday, really you name it, and it should come in handy depending on the colors and pattern papers that you use. And I had a lot of fun doing some embossing with these cards, picking out some fun embellishments and using some really pretty paper. So the Harvest Peas card is also super cute. Could be for spring, fall, baby card if you do it in pastels or not, or just another everyday card too. And of course the Harvest Leaves card looks really pretty for fall, and just like all the other ones, I'm sure if you make it and give it to someone, they will love to display it at home or at work or wherever they just want like a pretty little piece of decor that reminds them that you were thinking of them, which is always really nice. So the paper that I used this time is gorgeous. It's by Bo Bunny and it's called Farmer's Market, and I had a great time using it. I love the vintage fruit labels and can labels, but like I always say, whatever kind of paper you have in mind that you want to use is going to look awesome. So I've got all my pieces cut out to show you how these projects go together, so let's get started. First of all, for our Harvest Asters card, if you take a look at your PDF, it shows all the shapes as usual and some information as usual, and it also shows how the front looks, the insert, and the back, which you can see on mine. There's the front, the insert, and the back. So you can position these flowers however you think looks nice, but that is how I did mine. And so I went ahead and I took these two main pieces that are the card pieces, and I folded this bottom part up and I folded it over. I gently folded this and the side, and then I went ahead and glued my side and back panels here as well as my front panels, which I embossed with my embossing machine, and I also rubbed a brown ink pad around the edges of all of those shapes. So I'll go ahead and put some glue on the side tab here and glue that into place. Then I've also got my insert, and this was a lot of fun to cut out of different colors because my original one is pretty happy and cheery. It's still fall-y, I think, but it looks a little more everyday, whereas these colors certainly look more fallish. So I've got my insert here and I rubbed a brown ink pad around it and I folded it over, and I took my bone folder and folded the edges down sharply, and then I butted it up against the inside here so that I positioned it where it's going to be. The bottom is flush here and the side is flush, and then I went ahead and stamped my sentiment on the inside of the insert. Next, to put my insert into place, I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the side here and position it right in the back. So the bottom of it is flush with the bottom, and as you can see, it's just glued right inside there, like this. Then I can go ahead and put some glue on the other side tab and bend that over into place so that it lays nice and flat and it's glued onto the side inside there. Next, I'm going to put some glue on this flap on the bottom and fold that up into place. Then I can go ahead and put some glue on the side tab of the card itself and glue that into place. So before it's completely dry, I want to fold it back and forth both ways to make sure it'll fold flat. And this is not meant to fold over, it's just a decorative flap. Then we can go ahead and put our flowers in place. So I really like the way that I did them here, but you could of course do it a little differently. And there are 5 flowers which are made up of 2 of these shapes. So you can do whatever you would like. I thought it looked cool to curve each petal over and then go ahead and bend it. So I also took a similar color to this and I kind of darkened in the center a little bit. I think it gave it a nice effect. Not necessary, but if you have some markers or ink and you feel like getting a little creative with that, you can. And then I went ahead and put a little dark brown bling on my flower center, which I will glue right in the middle. And it doesn't matter which one goes on the top or the bottom, they are the same. And then you can just kind of position it however you'd like. And if it looks slightly sparse, I think that looks cool. It looks more natural and kind of fall-y. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this guy right onto the front. And then these guys can go inside like this. And if you want to make them more dimensional with a pop dot or something, you can do that. Glue those down. And then for the envelope, it looks like this. And I did go ahead and rub a brown ink pad around the edges of the shapes. So you fold the sides in, put some glue on the bottom, maybe a little bit up here, and fold that up, put your card inside, and close it up. So of course, if you wanted to actually mail it, if you've got some, kind of hard pieces of embellishments, you might want to put it in a padded envelope. Otherwise, you could mail it just like this. Next, for the Harvest Leaves card, I have the card pieces here, which are 2 brown pieces in my case, and the bottom here folds up and the sides fold around. This is just gently folded. And then I went ahead and glued my side and back panels into place, as well as my front panels. So I can go ahead and glue this flap up into place. And I can go ahead and glue the side together here. Next, for my insert piece here, this is the front of it, the sides are folded over, and I took my bone folder and made it a nice sharp crease on the sides. And then you don't have to do this, but I thought it looked kind of cool to rub a brown ink pad all over the top and on the back. And then I went ahead and put this behind it, folded it over so that it's centered where it's going to be when it's in place. And then I went ahead and stamped my little greeting on the back, which is super cute. So before we glue the insert into place, we can go ahead and put some glue on this branch piece here and glue that nice and centered on our insert. Then we can go ahead and put some glue on the side tab of the insert and bend that up. So you want to make sure that the bottom of it is flush with the bottom of the box and the sides are nice and flush so that it's glued like this into the center of this side panel so that it's nice and even. And then go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. So fold that over. You can lay it flat and fold it both ways. And then go ahead and put some glue on this side tab and fold the front closed. Then, as you can see in your PDF for this card, it shows what I did on the front with the 2 leaves, the 4 leaves and the 2, and the back flap. You can certainly do yours however you'd like. If you want to change it up a little bit, that's totally cool. So I've got my leaves here, and all I did was glue the orange panel on the orange leaf, the red on the red, yellow on yellow, and so forth. And the border around the panel is a little bit uneven, just to look kind of messy and natural. So if you want to kind of crinkle up your leaves a little bit before you glue them on, and like I said, if you want to glue them in a different position, you can certainly do that. So I kind of crinkled mine up and glued them or popped out of them or glued them on, however, and I added some little embellishments on the ends of the branches and this little acorn. It says in your PDF what kind of embellishments they are if you're interested. And then I also crinkled up these branches a little bit, making them go all different directions to look even more natural. So then for the envelope, looks like this, and you just fold the sides in, the bottom up, put a little glue down here, as well as a bit on the bottom flap. Once it's dry, you can go ahead and insert your card once you fold it flat. Finally, for our Harvest Peas card, I've got the 2 pieces that make up the card base here, and I went ahead and folded this flap up, glued my front panels on there, as well as my side and back panels. So I can go ahead and glue this flap up into place. And after I folded it up, I took my bone folder and I did crease it nice and hard so that it lays down flat. Then you can go ahead and put some glue on the side tab. Glue that into place. And then you can take your insert and fold these tabs over and make a nice sharp crease. And then position it so that it's centered, flush on the bottom and on the side. And go ahead, and if you would like to stamp something in there, go ahead and stamp, and then put some glue like so, and fold that up, making sure that it's nice and flush with the sides and the bottom, as well as on the other side. And then we can go ahead and put some glue on the side tab of the card and close that up. So before it's completely dry, fold it back and forth, make sure it's going to lay flat inside of its envelope. And then you can go ahead and glue your little peas into place. So I did take a dark green ink pad and rubbed it on the edges of this. So you want to glue that right onto the single one. Well, first you want to put a little bit of glue and glue these peas behind it, and then glue it on there. And once again, in your PDF, it does show the front and the inside. It's pretty straightforward, but if you would like to take a look at how those go together, you can see exactly where each little pea goes. They look a little bit different. This one's got no side to it. This one's going this way, that one's going that way with a stem, and then this leftover stem goes on this guy. And then if you happen to have some green enamel dots, they happen to be the same size that I had, I put them on there. But if you don't have any and you don't feel like trying to get your hands on some, that's fine, because that looks totally cute just like that too. So then once you've got your card done, the envelope looks like this, and you go ahead and fold the sides in and the bottom up, and put a little bit of glue like this, fold it up, and I did go ahead and rub a brown ink pad around the flaps in the envelope before I glued it together. So then you just stick your card in like this and give it to someone. So there you have it, really fun, quick, slim style box cards for fall and beyond. And if you make any of them, I would love to see a picture on our Facebook wall, or put it on your blog, or pin it on Pinterest, or upload it to Instagram. However you like to share, I always love to see, and so do the rest of our crafty friends. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, and happy crafting.